Among the nation's secondary markets, one of the biggest surprises has been Oklahoma City. Significant gains in the job front, and that's led to a big improvement in both occupancy and rent in the apartment market. Welcome to Apartment Market Dynamics from MPF Research. I'm Jay Parsons with your Oklahoma City update. Oklahoma City ranked 7th in the country for apartment revenue growth in 2010, with revenues up 7.2%. Among markets in the Southwest and the Plains region, only El Paso did better, as Oklahoma City outperformed other top-performing markets in this region like Austin, which has gotten a lot of attention lately, and Albuquerque as well, which did well in this past year also, and much better than nearby Tulsa, where revenues climbed 3.9%. So Oklahoma City is looking pretty good compared to its neighbors. Now let's break down that big revenue number, starting with occupancy. Big swing in 2010, up 2.9 percentage points, up to 94% as of year-end 2010. Occupancy here bottomed out at the end of 2009, and that recovery all started at the beginning of 2010. The rebound was so strong that, as you see on this chart, occupancy is back above the level seen in 2007 prior to the recession. And this occupancy rebound was widespread. Every submarket, every product age category recorded significant occupancy improvement in this past year. And now at the top end of the market, in the apartments built in the 2000s and the 1990s, occupancy here is extremely tight, around 97% at the top end of the market. And in the 80s, which represents the bulk of the apartments in Oklahoma City, this area is starting to see occupancy improve and get back in good shape as well. Still a little softness in the oldest apartments of Oklahoma City, but still very impressive what we're seeing in the newest and the middle-aged product age categories. And not only is occupancy in Oklahoma City higher than it was prior to the recession, but monthly rental rates are now at an all-time high as well. Of course, it's still not that high in the national perspective, only $616 a month, but it's moving in the right direction. Same-store rental rates jumped 4.3% in 2010, well above the U.S. average of 2.3% and above the South average of 2.5% as well. Of course, smaller markets like Oklahoma City could really see their performances shift up and down very quickly, being smaller. And so we don't expect Oklahoma City to continue to produce these kind of numbers year in and year out going forward. But we don't think this is a blip on the radar either. There are some good things going on in Oklahoma City's economy. For one, is that they are seeing job growth in some key areas like tech, aerospace, and energy, which happen to be areas that are growing nationally. And as a result, Newsweek recently said that Oklahoma City is among the top job markets nationally for young adults because of those growth areas. And as a result of all that, Oklahoma City gained about 6,000 jobs in the past year, which is a growth of about 1%. Now, those may not sound like big numbers, but that growth rate of 1% ranks 10th nationally. So some good things going on in Oklahoma City. Now, another factor that's helping Oklahoma City is that there weren't that many apartments built here in the past couple decades, unlike the nearby Texas markets where construction was so rampant. And so that's allowed for occupancy to get very tight at the top end of the market, and so there's not a lot of vacancies that are holding down Oklahoma City's apartment sector. Now, going forward, we are beginning to see some announcements of new starts in Oklahoma City, but how much of a factor that'll play is hard to tell at this point. Now let's give you a couple submarket highlights to wrap things up. Occupancy is very tight in a couple of areas, 95 to 97% in the center city, the in-town Bricktown area, and also in Edmond, Logan County to the north, and the Norman Moore area to the south of the city. But the one submarket that really performed best in 2010 was the north central Oklahoma City's submarket just north of downtown. Occupancy there jumped 4.1 points annually up to a rate of 94%, and same-store rental rates surged 7.9% year over year. Very impressive results. So that wraps us up for Oklahoma City. Until next time, for Apartment Market Dynamics and MPF Research, I'm Jay Parsons. Thank you for watching.
Want more? Go deeper with NPF Research's apartment market reports. From a national level, down to individual metros, to specific neighborhoods, NPF Research has been providing unparalleled apartment market intelligence to the multifamily industry for almost 5 decades. Learn more by contacting us at 877-284-4938 or visit www.npfresearch.com and click on Market Reports.